Yo, welcome back guys, and in this video I want to be showcasing some replays using pekka and just overall how to play the deck because right now I am currently 14th in the world with it, and yeah, I've just kind of been popping off recently. I've just been like winning all my matches for the most part, and I'm already an ultimate champion, so I want to showcase some replays for you guys. So with that being said, let's go ahead and jump straight into it. Here is the first match against Dragon, and Dragon here is playing Lavaloon, and I don't like seeing Lavaloon when I'm playing this deck. This is definitely one of the harder matchups for sure, because only due to the fact that I only have Electro Wizard as my air removal card, so him having an entire air deck pretty much and me only having one air defense, it makes it very tricky to play against. So with that being said, I'm going to showcase you guys how to play against the matchup. And yeah, he goes for Barbarians in the back. I just go for my Royal Ghost in the back. And basically this matchup is, you gotta be very hyper aggressive. You gotta tower trade. Just think of that. Just literally think of that, tower trading. That is the name of the game, tower trade. And whoever does it better, I guess, like I don't really know. It's like kind of like a coin flip, to be honest. Whoever wins the matchup, typically they should win the matchup, but I guess if you have like really good calculated spamming, it makes it a bit easier. I go for a Pekka right there because he cycled Inferno Dragon, and Inferno Dragon is his best answer towards the Pekka, so I basically get a free tower. And with that being said, he's going to get my tower. So this is already what I'm talking to you guys about in terms of like tower trading. I simply just can't defend that, so I just gotta go in myself. And yeah, right here I go for my Electro Wizard right there. He goes for a Miner. I actually protect the Electro Wizard with the Miner. Or no, I protect the Electro Wizard with the Bandit, is what I'm trying to say. That's like another important thing. You gotta try your best to actually protect your air removal card as much as you can. And yeah, he goes for a really bad Inferno Dragon. I don't understand that. So it kind of leaves him like broke on Elixir, and it helps me out because my Battle Ram is going to get a ton of damage. And yeah, so just kind of being very aggressive. Basically my thought process at this point now is, do not let him build up a big Hound push. And yeah, that is basically what is going through my mind. Just don't let him build up that big of a push. He goes for Barbarians. The best way to break through Barbarians is like the Goblin Demolisher plus Goblin Curse combo. That is definitely the best answer for sure. And yeah, so he's kind of defending a little bit, but right here, he's starting to sell out. So I was like, I can't defend that. Like, I just simply can't defend that, so what do? I just gotta be aggressive myself, and this is exactly what I'm talking to you guys about. It's a base race for this matchup. And yeah, fortunately, I do come out on top. Very annoying matchup, but like I said, just try to be very aggressive and just hope for the best. Here is the next match, and I am playing against Goblin Giant Evo with Sparky and Phoenix. Also with the Prince, so this matchup overall does look like it can get pretty annoying for sure. But I got that hidden intel, alright? I got that hidden intel, going to tell you guys how to play this matchup. He gives me like a really good opportunity right there just to like get a really quick bandit chain off. So that was really nice. I get just a ton of damage from that. I go for a Goblin Demolisher in the back right here because Goblin Demolisher plus Goblin Curse on defense is absolutely insane. Obviously, it is not as strong as it was last season, but it still puts in work for sure. So I just go for my Electro Wizard, I go for my Royal Ghost with the Curse and whatnot, and that should overall be like a pretty good defense. So I feel like the main takeaway already, just like when playing against Sparky decks, is you gotta do a little bit of light pressuring when they Sparky the back, because if you simply just defend first, for example, like if you play a Goblin Demolisher first without playing like a Bandit on the opposite lane, your Goblin Demolisher just kind of pushes forward too far to the point where like it's not really hidden, if that makes sense. Like, it's just really exposed to their offensive attack, so you want to try to like play your things kind of underneath. That's why when I play like a Ghost or a Bandit, it does two things. It pressures, potentially like forcing more elixir out of them, and it also just kind of makes it so my defense becomes a little bit more sturdier because it's not pushed as far on the field. So that's why I do that. So yeah, I go for a Battle Ram in the back right there, and this Battle Ram is pretty nice because it's either one, going to force some elixir out of him so he can't make a bigger push, or it's going to simply take his tower. So overall, it's like pretty nice for me. And yeah, just go for a Ghost in the back right there. Totally fine. And he goes for his Evil Goblin Giant right there. I'm going to go for my Goblin Curse plus my Pekka. This is overall like a pretty solid combo because like I said, man, the Curse is so good on defense. It really bails you out of like a lot of things. That's why I love playing the Curse. It's just so good. And yeah, I go for a Battle Ram right here. This is kind of a very important thing what I'm doing right now because I'm trying to force all his offensive cards out of his hand right now. For example, like his Prince right there and his Fisherman are now out of rotation. So if he wanted to try to build like a Goblin Giant Sparky push on his next attack, he can't really do that too much anymore because I just forced out his Prince. And obviously you don't want to have like a Prince behind the Goblin Giant. That's going to be extremely hard to defend. So that's why I kind of pressured immediately so we couldn't really do that kind of combo. And yeah, so I go for, my Pekka right there. I go for a very nice Zap. I go for my Goblin Demolisher right here. And overall, just looking extremely nice. I go for my Goblin Curse because it's super good on defense and offense. So yeah, overall, I play that matchup extremely well. Like I said, just key takeaways is pressure when they spark you the back. And then after that, just play like a Goblin Demolisher in the back with like a Curse. And overall, if you have good micro interactions, you should be able to win that matchup. Here is the next match, and it is against Noob R Potential. This guy is actually pretty good. He has a top 100 ladder finish, so he's also playing this very annoying Prince Rascal bait deck. And I'm sure you guys have seen this deck running around a lot. It is pretty popular in my opinion. So yeah. Also, I want to mention that, yeah, if you guys noticed, I'm playing Cannoneer now. I just feel like Dagger Duchess does not hit the same anymore after the balance changes. So that's why I've been playing Cannoneer instead lately. And it's actually been working out for me. So if you guys have Cannoneer, maxed and whatnot, I highly advise you guys play it instead. But like I said, that is just my opinion. If you guys feel like Dagger Duchess is still better, then by all means, go ahead and just keep running that. But yeah. Basically, this matchup is a little annoying for sure because Rascals can get a lot of value. And the way I like to play this matchup, though, is I try my best to get a counter-pushing Goblin Demolisher off. I think that is the best way to win this matchup because Goblin Demolisher, I don't know, it's just like pretty good. And if you get a nice counter-push with it, plus a Goblin Curse, you can definitely break through like the Prince and stuff like that. But like I said, the Rascals is definitely the only tough issue for sure. So yeah, he goes for Rascals right there, which is totally fine because like if he's playing his Rascals like that, kind of gives me more of an opportunity to actually try to like break through. But unfortunately, like my Goblin Demolisher does go down right there. But yeah, like that's just my thoughts, is try to get a counter pushing Goblin Demolisher off and just kind of spam him after that with a Goblin Curse on top, just so we can't get any counter push. And yeah, so alright, he goes for, his Goblin Demolisher right there, which is totally fine. I go for a Zap because I thought that Zap would kind of make it go into his little wall breaker phase. So yeah, let's see here. What does he do here? Alright, he goes for a Princess at the bridge. I just go for my Electro Wizard right there, which is totally fine. I think soon, I think I go for my Pekka after this because I want to try to get a really big push going. And because, like I said, I have the Goblin Curse, so it's just going to amplify the damage like crazy to the point where you can't get a good counter push. And yeah, so I go for my Goblin Demolisher plus Bender right there, which is totally fine. And let's see, so I think right here, okay, I go for my E-Wiz, I go for my Battle Ram right there, and I think I go for my Zap. Yeah, that's a really nice Zap actually, so I actually think these Barbarians just completely take the tower. I don't know why he wasn't over defending. I feel like he probably thought that they weren't going to take the tower. But yeah, the general way I like to play this matchup is to get a lot of value on defense from your Goblin Demolisher, and then just convert it onto offense with a Battle Ram in front and the Ghost as well, and then just play a Goblin Curse on his defense and try to break through that way. So let's go for the next match. Here is the next match, and this matchup is really annoying, and this is actually the final game for my Ultimate Champion. So I'm playing against a Firecracker deck with Drill, and of course you guys are going to see a ton of Drill. It's just everywhere, especially because the Evo isn't even out yet, bro. The Evo is not even out yet, so yeah, just be prepared for that, bro. Yeah, Goblin Drill is definitely a top 3 deck in the game right now for sure. So I'm going to try to break it down how to play this kind of matchup. And the way you want to try to play this matchup is to get a lot of damage in single elixir. If you don't happen to get enough damage in single elixir, you basically just lose the game. Very unfortunate, but that's just how it goes. And yeah, so I get a very nice king activation from the Firecracker right there because, in my opinion, I think it's pretty important to get a king activation against the Goblin Drill matchup. Especially if the opportunity is just right there, you might as well just take it. So yeah, the Firecracker is coming down the lane, which is totally fine. He goes for an Ice Spirit. That's actually a really good Ice Spirit because it makes the Firecracker actually get a free shot on the tower. So I was not expecting that, so really well played to him. He goes for a Tesla, which is totally fine. And yeah, at this point, I'm kind of just waiting for my Pekka to push up a little bit further. Then I just go for like a Goblin Demolisher at the river, I'm pretty sure. So, yeah, there it is right there. I go for a Goblin Demolisher plus a Goblin Curse to maybe kind of catch him off guard a little bit. I go for a Battle Ram right here, and I do have the Zap just for those evil Skellies right there, which is pretty nice. And right there, I get a very solid damage connection. I don't like that though. Why does the Firecracker just want to look the complete opposite side right there? That is absolutely crazy to me. It has like the most eyesight range in the game, aside from maybe like the Electro Giant. So, I don't know, bro. They gotta tone that down, dude. That Firecracker should not be looking so far over there, but, you know, it is what it is, man. I think right here, the main thing I just do now is I try to start a very big dual lane attack. And yeah, so I go for a Bandit in the back right there. He goes for an Ice Spirit, totally fine. I go for a Goblin Demolisher. That Goblin Demolisher was actually to predict a Firecracker at the bridge, but he didn't do it. So yeah. And right here, I feel like I have a very big counter push, so I go for a Battle Ram at the bridge. He goes for a very nice Poison plus Log, but I think overall I can just overwhelm him, especially with like the Goblin Curse, doing a decent amount more damage towards his Knight and spawning Goblins, and just overall overwhelming him. And yeah, I did just that. Like I said, this matchup is definitely one of the worst in the game. But it does help that the Tesla did get a nerf, so you can actually break through slightly easier for sure. And yeah, like I said earlier, this was my final match towards Ultimate Champion. This got me 14th in the world, so hopefully you guys learned something new. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll do more next time.